really believe like any meaningful change is possible at this point in America, or do you think it's kind of over?
Well, it feels like there's lots of politicians who have good intentions, and then the second they're elected, they kind of recognize that they don't actually have the power to do what they've been talking about, or they're compromised, or, you know, or they're bribed. There's just so many ways to change people's pure intentions. Where, like, the big three is, like, they can slander you, they'll, like, blackmail you, or they'll just kill you. Those seem to be, like, the big three. But yeah, I mean, I think there's lots of politicians with good intentions, but they recognize, oh, you have to play the game. You're in the system where there's, you know, rules, and if you don't go along with it, you'll, you know, be fired or kicked out. So, I mean, until there's, like, major reform in terms of, like, again, I've talked about it a ton, all politicians should wear body cams 24-hour a day? Why not? Cops wear body cams. They should wear body cams too. Let's see what they're doing.
I think
all
that's
politicians should have transparent bank accounts. We should be able to see exactly what they spend their money on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, and also if a politician gets caught mishandling tax dollars or stealing money from the American people, they should be castrated on live TV before the Powerball numbers. I think that would change things, wouldn't it? And then people go, oh, well, that's a really tough standard for the job. That's really high standards to have that job. Oh, I'm sorry, is it too hard to run the world?
Yeah,
It's supposed to be fucking hard. Are you kidding me? Why is it so easy to do terrible things? Capital punishment should be solely reserved for people who work in the Capitol. Let's see what the last thing is I wrote down in my notes app.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, the last thing I wrote in my notes app, it was probably last night around 4 a.m.
Yeah.
False flags. I think that's so brave of countries to kill their own people, you know? I just think that's really brave of them to do what they have to do to get us to go along with whatever they want. And then the last other thought was, I love when people always bring up founding fathers. Oh, the founding fathers are like this and that. It's like, the founding fathers believed in separation of church and state and slavery. Both sides would have completely hated the founding fathers. People go, oh, well, the founding fathers, they wouldn't have let It's like the founding fathers would have called you an N-word lover for not owning slaves.
That's crazy.
And then you'd go, oh, well, it's a different time now. It's a different time. And they'd go, I'll fight you to the death for my right to own slaves. That's what the founding fathers would do.
Let's do a duel with this musket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The founding fathers are some of the worst people to ever exist. But, you know, they made this cool thing that we still, you know,
this piece of paper we don't even fucking read. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, nothing matters anymore. I don't know. How many dead brown kids does it take to end a war? Not 60,000.
Jesus
I know.
Christ.
How many dead white kids does it take to start a war? Just one. And sometimes not even that. Just the thought that they might. That's all we need. Yeah, so, you know, there's something there. And that was a joke that I originally had for how many documented cases of child molestation does it take to shut down the Catholic Church. And I'd say, not 6,700. And I undershot that, by the way, too. I used to tell that joke and say, not 6. I looked it up. It was like 40,000, 50,000. So, yeah, you know, just a cute little dumb one-liner that'll never work for everybody.
That's going in the joke that you performed but thought was too far.
Yeah,
no,
probably.
But, no, that was...
Yeah, one that I there's no point to try. Because, yeah, dumb, stupid. I'd go, how come there weren't any black founding fathers? Is it because they ain't found their fathers? Terrible. That's terrible.
My God.
Yeah, there you go. Is that what you wanted? Good for you. Yeah, kids these days are all about Minecraft,
John.
right? Kids these days are all about Minecraft. When I was a kid, it was about Mein Kampf. We were Nazis. Yeah. Oh, there we go. This is what I look like. Just a regular old white guy. How about that? Yep.
Blue eyes.
Tall, thin, wealthy, half-Jewish, white American man. I'm septuple privileged. Isn't that amazing? And I have Tourette syndrome. Yeah, so I have a sympathy privilege there. You have Tourette syndrome, you can yell the N-word at a black guy at the BAFTAs. Hey, to be fair, he was just saying what we were all thinking. No, relax. Where was Will Smith when you need him, right?
Jesus Christ.
I know. No, but yeah, septuple privilege, and I'm still a failure. How about that? You know, I've got a million political jokes I'm still working on, but who knows what's going to work well or what's going to happen. But yeah, look at me. I look good right now. Wuthering Heights. Look at me. I don't know what I'm dressed like. I don't know. I'm dressed like a private school kid. No, I'm dressed like Jared Kushner gentrifying Gaza. That's kind of my outfit.
Good God.
Right? Hey, that's how he dresses. The Kush. We're going to have Trump Casino in Gaza. Nothing bad can go there. Are they just trying to have terrorist attacks every day? Seinfeld has the Seinfeld bobble. Nobody does the Seinfeld bobble. And
Yeah.
He's over here, and over here. But yeah, nobody does the head movement because he's always nodding like this, so he's conveying every emotion at the same time, Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yes and no at the same time, which is kind of like Michael Jackson's voice. That's why Michael Jackson was perfect, because his voice conveyed every emotion. It's like happy, horny, sexy, sad, angry.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, every noise Michael Jackson made.
Ignorant.
Yeah, he was perfect.
Like every tone perfectly describes every angle of expression.
Yeah, the movie comes out with Michael Jackson soon. Mm-hmm. It's gonna have all these corny scenes in the movie where like
who's playing him?
His nephew.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's exciting.
That is.
Yeah, but they'll have moments where they're like, you know, I didn't molest the kid. You know, we're gonna beat this case. You know, we're gonna beat it. And he goes, oh, beat it, and then he writes the song. So that's probably horrible. What most of the movie's going to be. The Epstein shit, you think there was any kind of justification of their perversion with the fucked up things they do in terms of like, oh yeah, sure, we're like sexually assaulting all these girls, but we're giving them a fancy island to live on. We're not like street rapists like holding a chick down in an alleyway. We're like feeding these gals and giving them a bungalow to live in.
Yeah, we're giving them endless social media content.
Yeah, so I think they justify their shit by saying like, oh, we're giving them a decent life. I don't know, there's a weird progression of perversion of like, you know, these sick fucks, they probably start with like 3-ways, 4-ways, orgies, midgets. And then eventually the perversion gets too high. And they go, what's the taboo? Okay, kids. And then they start doing it with kids.
Have you seen the memes where they basically try to make Epstein look like a cool guy? They do like the Epstein edits. Mm-hmm. I can't lie, some of those actually fucking kill me.
Meme warfare.
Yeah.
That's the future.
It'll be
using
like
comedy against us to make us soften the damage.
Probably made by like the Department of Justice as a way to psyop you into not caring that much about Epstein.
Cool. Oh yeah, there's going to be kids who grow up to be the next Epstein because it looks cool and it's funny.
That's kind of what it seemed like to me with the whole files thing. It seemed like exposure therapy where they're like, oh, if we keep talking about this for a while, people will be sick of it. And that way they'll just, you know, they're already powerless. That'll make them further right off these despicable crimes.
There's essentially been nothing we can do for a long time. You can boycott shit. I mean, you can waste people's time, but we're always going to give in because they own so many companies. I mean, you know, you're going to boycott grocery stores?
BlackRock.
People own, they own everything. So there's not enough shit you can boycott because we all need to buy toilet paper. You know what I mean?
I heard a clip of George Carlin literally saying, he's like, people were asking him, like, how do you think the corruption could be fixed? And he literally said, the only way to change this at this point is massive bloodshed.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he's right.
Yeah, heads cutting off.
He said that fucking 30 years ago, and he was right.
I think we should bring back guillotines, but make them like 70 stories tall. Yeah. And let the person say whatever they want into a microphone as it's falling. That'd be pretty fun.
That would be funny.
Yeah, they'd have like 20 seconds. Or fuck you, I hate everybody, I didn't do shit. Yeah.
Or if they don't deserve to talk, just run a fucking Calci ad while the head's about to be chopped off.
Yeah, that's the future. Advertisements during
for
public
sports gambling. Sports gamble on whether his head is going to fall in the basket or fall out of the basket.
Well, yeah,
Calci
I like that
ads.
sports are becoming exactly what we dreamed they would in like the nonsense world. Where like, have you seen Run Nation?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's now a sport where people just run head on at each other from like 40 yards away.
Dude.
Power slap league.
In the military, people just did that to become friends.
Oh sure, but again, you know,
with a mattress.
Universe expand in every direction, so more good, more bad. So, you know, whatever. We're just giving everybody everything.
Now you can gamble on like wars. Isn't that fucking nuts? You can gamble on what countries are at war with each other and how the war will. I would say this. Put the house on Israel.
But yeah, the world is. We're going to go faster and faster until we're going to reach a speed where we reach the edge of the universe and it's going to start the Big Bang again. I think that's it. Because we're just in a pursuit of speed and, you know, whatever. So internet's going to get faster, we're going to get faster.
It's like accelerationism, and at this point, it's not like that. I forgot who had the quote of like World War III. I don't know what World War III will be fought with, but I know World War IV.
Oh yeah,
sticks and stones.
Yeah, that's a good quote.
I forgot whose quote that is, but it's Einstein. I think it's his.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's why we need microplastics too. We need microplastics because we need our body to be less organic, so we can take the G forces of the UFOs to move at super speeds. Mm-hmm. I don't fucking know. I mean, humans are just, the aliens mating with the monkeys so we can harvest gold out of the ground.
Yeah.
That's why the Olympics is gold, silver, and bronze, because those are the original minerals that we needed to harvest out of the ground to power the spaceships.
Dude, it's crazy.
I think the world is going to be 3 countries. It's going to be USA, China, Russia, and then we're going to have the most important Olympics of all time. And whoever wins the most medal will become the one nation state. The only way there's going to be no wars is if there's no more countries. It has to be one country. There's no difference between a Fortune 500 CEO and a hippie. It's just all about oneness. Imagine there's one currency. Like, that's all it is. Life is just only going to be peaceful if we're all one. The whole world is going to be an airport in an Apple store. That's going to be the world. It'll be very safe, very sterile, but also very boring. So, you have whatever you want. Yeah, we're already there. The world is going to be, we're going to be sitting in pods and have VR headsets on, and instead of kids raised by wolves, they're going to be raised by Siri and Meta. So, the way you hear those stories about like, oh, a kid stayed in a basement before he ever saw the light of day. There's probably kids right now with VR headsets on as babies just to see what happens in the name of science, because we need to study it. We need to find out how that affects the human brain. So, yeah, who knows? It's probably going to be a lot of that. But, there'll be like 7 smart rich people, and, we'll have answers to all this shit. Pollution will be fixed because some kid in Ethiopia will create a machine that eats plastic and turns it into candy or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, suffering breeds innovation. So
I love how we're at the point now as a culture, we're just doing things normally. Like drinking water without plastic in it is a fucking luxury. Like
health maxing, dude.
Yeah, they call it biohacking. I'm like, dude, this is just how people lived 60 years ago.
Oh yeah,
unless you're in Flint, Michigan.
We're trying to get back to Adam and Eve so badly. I saw some story of Adam Sandler on Conan O'Brien where he's telling a story about going to a nude beach with his family, and that's the height of luxury now, just being naked on a beach, and that's what Adam and Eve was, and we're trying to get back to it so badly. But we didn't want it when God gave it to us because we also wanted knowledge. So we want the nude beach, but we also want to be the ones who created it. Yeah. So we couldn't accept the gift. We had to also know everything and make it for ourselves.
What if Epstein Island was just the world's worst nude beach?